Trade commission-free for 60 days, plus get up to $600 when you open an account.
This is Taking Stock on Bloomberg. I'm Pimm Fox. Now, next Thursday, Google is going to release their second quarter results, but what we may get is more attention to the company's giant new Nexus 7 tablet. No, it's not a science fiction award. It is slated to hit the market next week, and Google's new tablet is aimed directly at Amazon's Kindle Fire machine. It's also going to compete with the expected release of a smaller iPad by Apple. So, which tablet is going to win over the market? Let's ask Gene Marks. He is the founder of the Marks Group. It's a technology consulting firm based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They've got more than 600 clients. Gene, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Come on. What is the Nexus 7? I mean, it's not hair care and it's not a science
first of all,
fiction.
You're not going to buy a tablet for yourself? You would just.
I don't spend a lot of money.
You're not a technology guy, right?
Well, I am, but I'd like to try things out and let other people work.
Fair enough. Look, it's a tablet,
Nexus
right?
7. It's a tablet computer.
So it is Google's answer to Apple's iPad. It's Google's answer to the Kindle Fire, right? It is a tablet. It is smaller than the Apple iPad right now, and it is faster, and it has a longer battery life. And what it's designed to do is to make your life and my life easier as consumers, where we can browse the internet, check our email, and download content from Google, because it's all about getting as much content as possible. So that's their first strike. So if you're Apple, you're watching what's going on. If you're Kindle, you're kind of concerned about what's going on with Amazon. But the people at Google are really making a play in this market, the consumer market.
All right, well, you started off by saying this is Google's answer to the iPad. Is there a question out there? I mean, are people asking themselves, gee, I just got to get my hands on a piece of hardware from Google because, you know, those guys at Google, they're really good at making hardware.
Right, which is something that they don't do at all. But here's what's happening is that, you know, the tablet market is the fastest growing market among all technology.
Got to be in it.
So many of our clients asking for it, but they're asking for it personally because people are using it just as a travel companion, things to do to watch movies or read books or whatever. Google had no answer in that area. Now, the Nexus 7, by the way, the Nexus was a phone that was running their Android operating system. So this is just a tablet that is just really a bigger version of what that phone does, but of course more sleek, and it's on their new operating system. So it's much more designed to be a user-friendly experience for the internet and already deliver their content. The issue that I have with it, and this is what I wrote about recently, is that Google, I see, you know, they're kind of ignoring the business market. They're going after the consumer market. It's a giant market. And the question that I have for myself is, are they playing in too big a field, and will they overextend themselves? The business market, which are my clients, the people that we cover, they're interested in tablets, but they're really not seeing any business use for them. They don't have the kind of functionality that a business device needs. And the real player in that game that we have to watch out for, that Google has to watch out for, believe it or not, is Microsoft. They're coming out with their Surface tablet.
Right, their Surface. It was launched in Los Angeles not too long ago.
And that's supposed to be coming out to the market shortly. And what that's going to do is be designed really more towards businesses like mine, businesses that are of all different sizes, to provide a device that allows you to actually do data entry on it with a keyboard, right? And not only
what kind of price points are we talking about for these machines?
Well, it depends. I mean, the Google tablet that's coming out, the Nexus, is only $200, and that's compared to $500-600 for the Apple iPad.
Can you drop it on a factory floor and then pick it up and still use it?
Not really. I mean, Google may tell you differently, but it's a consumer device. So it's designed to be kicked around a little bit, but it's not designed for factory use. Microsoft Surface that's coming out, which is what I'm keeping an eye on, is it's going to be designed where you can customize and create applications for it. So if you can do that on the factory floor, that means that you can go there and actually create, you know, special web forms, things you can enter inventory.
Yeah, but I got to think that companies like SAP and Oracle, they know about this. They've got tablet computing on the brain.
Yeah, they do, but they don't have the hardware. They've got to pick a device to go after.
Do they care whose hardware you use?
Yeah, they are, because they're going to care about the operating system. So it depends on where the development dollars are going to go. Do you develop for a Google device, which is really aimed more at the consumer market, or do you develop for a Microsoft device that it's aimed more at the business market?
Last point,
sure.
Eugene, I'm sorry, but you know, one of the things you can do on any of these devices is you can look up Napoleon and the history of Napoleon. What about this idea? You wrote about it. The Napoleonic moment?
I called it Google's Napoleonic moment only because Napoleon had it going on in Europe in the early 19th century, and then he decided to invade Russia, right?
Yeah, we know how that ended.
Overextended itself and then did not end very well. I kind of look at what Google's doing, going after the consumer market. I do get a little concerned about them overextending themselves too. I just wish they would be giving a little bit more attention to the business market. That's what my clients are asking.
See, and I thought you were going to tell me about Waterloo, Ontario, connected to Napoleon's Waterloo.
None at all.
Not a chance. Gene Marks, thanks very much from the Marks Group, technology consultant based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Tomorrow on the program, I'm going to take stock of J.P. Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo. We've got banking analyst Charlie Peabody of Portales Partners. Thanks for taking stock. Good night.